Flosstube. It's Alisa with Crafting in Colorado. Today's, let's see, what is today? It's April 20th, 2023. And this will be Flosstube number 19. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. It's been a few weeks since I've last videoed, and kind of talk about that here in a little bit. But just want to thank you all for joining me. Had a few new subscribers, and I don't know how or why. So if somebody has shouted me out that I don't know about, please let me know, because I've had a nice little uptick over the last few weeks, and I have no idea where y'all are coming from. So thank you. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm just going to start right in. One of the projects I've been working on this month, just kind of in the spring mood, I decided to join in on the Sal with Cat Talks, Miss T and Stitches, and Calico Whimsy, which is Spring into Mill Hill. And the project that I'm working on is Mill Hill Buttons and Beads, and it's called Honeybee. This is what it will look like. And here's where we are at. I added fabric to the side of this, so that, to the sides, so that I could use this in my Q-snap and put it on my Lowry. But I'm almost done with all of the actual stitching on here. I have to finish just a little bit more of the flowers, and then a little bit of the back stitching, and then I'm gonna start the beading. So I'm hoping to get this done this spring. So we have until June, right? June 21st. So I'm hoping to have this done this spring. And I've never done beading before, so I'm a little concerned about that. And I just got this delivered to my doorstep from Amazon. This is called a bead along tacky mat. So I got this to see if you put your beads on. I was going to ask y'all how you all do your beading. You know, those of you who use a Lowry or sit at a comfy chair or something, do you bead in your chairs, or do you usually have to sit at a table so that those beads don't fall off everywhere? So I was thinking about actually cutting this and putting it in like a Altoids tin so that you could close it up and take it with you. But yeah, I'm a little nervous about that, so we'll see how that goes. But I've really been enjoying it. I did not work on this last night, but I worked on that the other day. But yeah, this is my first Mill Hill project, so it's been a fun one to work on. So all right, next project that I have worked on is called Ye Old Craft Room by Ciro Marchetti, and it's by Heaven and Earth Sign. And I'm going to bring you really close up in here. And I am up in this corner, right in here, and see that little bird? I made it to the little bird. So my goal this time was to reach something, some sort of object in this pattern, and I did. So here's the little bird. I thought last time we talked, there was like a little lump right here. I think that was this maroon on here. You see the sparkle of my, and then right up in here, it's the beginning of this little pillow up there. So yeah, it's been so, and I think right in here is that little bird's beak. So he's not real, the beak isn't real prominent. It just kind of swoops down. But I am at 1.61% on this project. And I really have liked working on this. So, yeah, you know, that's the problem, is you start finding so many projects that you like working on, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to stop this. I want to keep working on it. And then you're like, but I have all these other ones I want to work on. So you just never know which one you should work on next. So, all right. This is a SAL that I am hosting this next project. It's called the Finery of Nature. It's by Dimensions, and anyone is welcome to join us on this. I am also using this as another SAL that I'm trying to promote, called The Dark Side of Stitching, because we're stitching on this black fabric. And yeah, I saw Stitching Colors. She posted this on her last Flosstube, and she's just going gangbusters on this. So, but that's what happens when you have young eyes and you can just, but here I am with this. Let's put this behind here. So, and last time I showed this, I had it like this, I think. So I am in the top left corner. So I'm just got around these. So I've got basically all of this done, and these little blue flowers in here, and I've got the outline of those. They're pink. They're going to be pink flowers, but right now all you see is the little white. So we are stitching this on the 1st of every month. If you can't do it on the 1st, that's okay, because I've had a couple of times where I haven't been able to stitch it either. But just to try to get something in on these, you know, maybe if it's even one strand of thread, that's fine. Just, we want to do this together so that we're encouraging each other to get through this dark fabric, because that's really the problem with these is, and why I suggested doing these SALs. So we all say, oh, dark fabric is awful. Oh, I hate it. Okay, well, let's all hate it together. So, let's all be in misery together, right? So, okay, another one that I have worked on. This is Swinging Girl by Stitching Jewels on Etsy, and she has her own website. She's also on YouTube, Stitching Jewels Designs. And so I am at, on this one, 43.25%. So just kind of, this is where her little hip is. I'm kind of working in columns, and then as the, yeah, that's really what I'm doing, working in columns, but I'm trying not to get lines, so I'll work a couple of stitches over just to make sure that I'm covering over that. So if I have a symbol that is next to that 10th stitch, I'll go over and I'll go as far as I need to. Let's see, I'm on my phone, so I'm having a hard time seeing y'all, and I don't want to put my glasses on for this. So, but yeah, it's very wispy, I guess you could say. It doesn't have a lot of detail, but it's more of a watercolor. I think I say that every time, but yeah. So 43.02%. This is one I want to have done soon. So I'm trying to focus on the ones that I have the have 3 projects that I have the most done that I want to focus on to get them completed this year. We'll see if that happens because you all have been enabling me and I have been starting new things. So this next one is a new start. It's, I was watching Catherine, the Needleberry Stitcher, and she was showing all her projects, and I don't even remember how we got on this. And we said, oh, we should do a sale together. And I'm like, sure. And no, she had showed her projects, and I'm like, I have several of those that you already have. And she's like, well, do you have this one? And I said, I sure do. Moon hair. And I think we were both enabled by Kim Hollenbach, who also has a Flosstube channel. And I don't normally stitch little rabbits. I mean, they're cute, but I don't normally stitch them. But just watching Kim, I'm like, oh, this would be a fun one. And it has. It really has been fun. Totally different than what I normally stitch. I think this is retired now. The artwork is by Suzanne Geisman by HAED, Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is all I got to. Yep. On this one, I am at 2.66%. So, oh, and there's one of my little purchases. Cute little needle minder. So, and I think Catherine is all the way along the whole top of this already. She's just booking through this thing. I think she's really having a great time and just got going on this and couldn't stop. At least that's from what I saw that she posted, that's my assumption. But yeah, kind of doing the columns again as the thread goes along. And then if I have 1 or 2 that, there might not go down, I'll just do cross country, because I really do prefer cross country over anything. But I'm trying to stay. I want to do Whirl Rose, but I just get too bogged down with, oh, this is all you can stick with. So, but yeah, this is not a big project at all. It is 196 by 252. So if you were to stick with this, you could have this done in no time. But yeah, it's really a cute one. So that was fun to start. Next one that I'm focusing on finishing this year is called Tulips by Alisa. And I think I'm about halfway because I am right about in here, and then I've gone over just a little bit here on this. And this is a paper chart, so I can't give you the stats on this. So you can see right about where my needle minder is there. That's about halfway there, right in there. And then you can see that I went up. And I wanted to focus more on the details in those leaves and the backgrounds, and then get all the block coloring, the easy stuff done at the end. So halfway done. I do think I will have this done by the end of the year. And I apologize for the wrinkles. I don't, there's many of you say, oh, I ironed this. I barely ironed my clothes, let alone my needlework, as it gets done. So, yeah, I really, really like this. And I think as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to start the next Alisa project that I have, or kit that I have of hers. So, and that one's a peony project, and it's really pretty. So, all right, this might be a fast video today. So, last night, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I pulled out one of my oldest whips. I started this in 1991. it is called J&P Coats, The Pleasures of Spring. And I haven't really seen this before, but I just think that that's really pretty with those little ceramic pots and the tulips and the spring flowers, the daffodils, daisies, and I think that's lilacs, tulips. Really pretty. And and I think the reason why I put this away is that I had made a mistake. If you notice, there is no gridding on this, and I used to not grid, so why I do it now, I think it's more of a security thing than anything, especially with HAEDs and large full coverage pieces. So I picked this up last night, and since it's been over 30 years since I worked on this, I thought there's some back stitching that needs to get done. So, God, I can't see this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. So, I did some of the back stitching of the leaves in here last night, down in here, and then these flowers. And then after I looked at this, I had used 2 strands of back stitching on those little pink flowers last night, and I looked at the key chart again, and I should have only used 1 strand. So I'm gonna wait and see if that's too thick or not. Let's see how it looks compared to the other, because if you look at those leaves, that only has one thread, and it's very delicate, and these are the little dots in there, those are French knots. I just have a few of them. So there's another little new needle minder. I got this little hippo in a teacup. But what was I gonna say about this? Oh, I know. It came with a floss holder. I didn't bring it down. You know, where it pokes holes and you can hang your floss. I didn't know that you could, like, you know how you, I might have one here. Okay, like this right here. You know how you put your floss in through here and you can hold it, kind of anchor it down? I had on that floss drop, I just had the flosses hanging there because I didn't know you could do that, or that was an option 30 years ago. So that's just shows you that I have learned from the Flosstubers. So thank y'all for that. So, but yeah, this is really pretty. I'm like, this would be nice in one of my bathrooms. So I'm getting sick and tired of one of the pictures in there, and I'm like, this would be a nice replacement for that. But we'll see. I just was feeling in a springy mood yesterday, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna pull this out. What better time than now than 30 years later? So we'll see. So it was kind of nice to get a fresh set of eyes on that project. So, okay. Just as a reminder, I'm going to be starting another new project with the lovely Lydia from Lydia's Leisurely Stitching on Instagram, and Flosstube. And she had reached out to me because she saw that and this is actually the pattern, so hopefully you can't see this, but otherwise the seller doesn't have an actual picture of this. So Lydia and I are going to be doing a sale for the company. It's called on Etsy 2x2 Stitch Art, and she's on Etsy. It can be any pattern from 2x2 stitch art, and she's got a lot of different patterns out there. And when I looked at her store last night, she had patterns on sale again, and they're really reasonable. Really reasonable. I think I spent $3 on this. But we are going to start this on Earth Day. So April 22nd, which I believe is Saturday. So the sal is going to be 2x2 on 22 sal. So because Earth Day is on the 22nd, the company that has produced these patterns is 2x2 stitch art. So, and you couldn't see this last time on my floss tube, so I thought I'd share this again. These are the 2 colors that I'm going to be stitching. There you go. Now you can see them. Aren't those pretty? They're kind of a gray, blue, purple color. So yep, that's what I'm planning on doing on that. So we're starting this on Saturday. That gives you a little bit more time if you want to join us. And just to make sure it's a start along. It's not a stitch along, because I told Lydia, I've got so many projects I might not be able to keep up with you. And she's like, oh no, it's a stitch along. So, and if you can't start right away, join us anyway. Just be happy to have you join us. And I'll note the hashtag below, as well as the company, if anyone is interested. All right. Some of my purchases, I kind of showed you a few little needle minders that I bought. I'm not going to show all of them to you, but I shared this with you before on my last floss tube that I'd just been itching to buy some patterns, and I couldn't help myself. I just had to. So these 2 patterns are both by Contemporary Cross, and it's just contemporarycross.com. This is my favorite. Oh yeah, I love this. And it's called Full Moon. It's the mini, so it is 300 by 301, which isn't that funny? It's 301. Wouldn't you think it's 300 by 300? But what do I know? I love this little, I think it's a chickadee, but I'm not sure. So this will be started. When? Don't know, but soon. Very, very soon, because I really like this. Oh, look, I love those colors, and that just totally matches my upstairs. Yeah, totally matches it. And then I had to get the companion piece, which isn't truly a companion, but these hummingbirds. Yeah, and this is 300 by 300. So spread your wings. And the designer, or the artist, is Andrea Laverly. So I thought these would look really nice side by side with each other. All right, I thought, you know, okay, these 2 little hummingbirds are flying around, you know, having a good old time, and this little bird's like, oh heck, what are you 2 doing over there? But it'll take me a long time to finish these, but I'm just glad I got them. I was so pleased, excited that I got them, even though I shouldn't be buying anything else, you know. Okay, so let me take a little sip here for my shout outs for today. This is not a shout out for a floss tuber. I'm trying to get away from, because I want us to look at outside of just the floss tube community. There's so many who shout each other out. But I am so enthralled with some of these stitchers on Instagram. And this stitcher on Instagram, she's one of my favorites. She really is. Her name is Arianekring. Now, her projects are fantastic. Every time she puts one up, I'm like, oh, yeah. Every project that she does, I'm like, I would stitch that. I would stitch that. Oh, I love that piece. I mean, I love her style of what she chooses. And I'm pulling up, sorry, I took some Photoshop close. I took a picture of this one that she is doing. Okay, this is by Kaylee Tent Stitch, and her shop is the sewing shop, thesewingshop.ca. Look at that gal. Oh yeah, classy, elegant. Oh yeah, I just love this. She's got a little attitude with her, and I just love it. Yeah. So anyway, Arianekring, this is to beg you to start Flosstube because I would be one of your #1 fans. Oh, please start a Flosstube. I know you would have massive amounts of followers because your pieces are so beautiful, and I just love watching your progress. So I think, like I said, she almost every project that she works on, I either have or have on a wish list, or I'm like, ooh, I have to get that. So she's also working on some projects from Yvonne Hemingway, who's on HAED's website. And Yvonne Hemingway is one of my favorite designers on HAED, Heaven and Earth Designs. But going back to this, if I was to get this, I might have to join that the Flosstuber Stitch Me Sane, who's also on Flosstube, and she's working on a wow wall women. What is it the wow for? I can't remember. Wall of women. So this, heck yeah, I would totally do this. And then I have another HAED piece that I am currently working on, and it's this one, you know, that is mini evergreen. Okay, I have that I'm working on. I have this pattern, but I haven't started it. This is called Artwork by Kate Powell, Mini Butterfly Effect. Now, I just bought some Rit dye with some, it was the color of wine and a burgundy. And I'm like, oh yeah, this would be so pretty on that. Yeah, because I need another HAED in my life. And then let me find here. Let me go back to my Dropbox. I have another woman one that I've been just, it was one of my first HAED purchases that I ever had. Why is this? One of my first HAED purchases, and I've never stitched her because she's got so much background to her. I'm like, if I was to stitch this, it would take me forever and a day. Okay, this is on my Dropbox here. Let's see. There we go. This is A Still Morning by Janelle Nickel. Now, I just like the artwork of this, but look at her. Look at how cool she is. And if you are a stamper, if you have ever done stamps, this gal, she looks like Julie netting stamps. Let me, hold on, I've got some right here. Here we go. Look at this. Look at these little girls. Don't these little girls, these are all stamps. This one's just backwards. Now, doesn't that match? Whoops, doesn't that match her? Oh, heck yeah. But if I was, okay, going back to Kaylee Tent Stitch, she blew my mind the other day. Okay, look at how, that's a lot of stitching, and all I want really is this girl. Okay, I want a wow wall, but I can't get all of it done with as big of a projects these are. Kaylee Tent Stitch, she just did a video where she dyed her fabric and then she stamped on her fabric a design. Oh, heck yeah. I've got flower stamps. I've got a butterfly stamp. I've got script stamps. I could totally do this. Totally do that. And Kaylee, she made up her own stamp with a potato. Oh my goodness. Like, we did that in elementary school and stuff, but I'm like, I totally forgot that you could stamp things with a potato or make your own designs. What a resource. But okay, so there's one wow woman. I'm going between three people here. Okay, so Arianekring, please follow her. And Ariane, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Please make a floss tube. Please make a floss tube. I love watching you. Okay, then I'm going to Kaylee. I love Kaylee. Kaylee Tent Stitch. She's got this shop called the Sewing Shop. I will link her below. She's got a lot of, oh, I saved that too. Hold on. I'm just bobbling all over the place here. I saved some pictures of Kaylee's designs or patterns. Because here's another wow woman. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Now, is she Asian? Is she Spanish? Is she Arabic? She's just a really pretty, unique woman. Okay. Here's another one I like. I like Genevieve better than this one, but, and then, let's see. This little gal, Kaylee has some unusual projects, and a lot of them are very mystical, or golly, just the word just went right out of my head. She's got mysterious and mystical, which I'm not quite into. I'm really into flowers and actual things. I mean, I like whimsy, but I did like this one because she also has several pieces that have stained glass. And man, I would love to do stained glass one day. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Going back to some more of her stained glass. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay. Here's another one. This is totally right up my alley. This would be down here in my craft room. But wouldn't that be fun to do a stained glass piece? Cut all the little pieces, and that's in my other life that I want when I have to live forever. Okay, this is really pretty too. Now, I don't particularly care because, you know, I like dark or very vibrant, but I do like this middle. If I was to stitch this, I would stitch that as like a little window piece. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and then some of the little ones that she has on her site for a baby sampler. Oh, isn't that cute? Little bunny. And this other little one that I really like is this owl. Isn't that sweet? So, okay, so go see Kaylee 10 Stitch. She's on Instagram. She's on Flosstube, and she has her own shop with these patterns because she's my next designer. Then you have to go see Stitch Me Sane, and she does a breakdown of this wall of women, which is a really cool idea. Really cool idea, where they're strong, independent, unique women that she's got. So I might have to break down and do that too. Oh, and let me show you also, because I've got other women patterns that I've already have that I could include in my wow wall. Let's see here. Okay, I already showed you that one. Here's another one, and I'm already stitching one from Zindi Nielsen. Here she is again. This one. It's more monotone. Monochromatic, I should say. She's really pretty. And I don't think that one's very big. Hold on. Oh, she is big. 400 by 566. But let's see, how many colors does she have here? Not very many. It's not 3 pages. And usually HAED has how many pages they have on their pattern. It doesn't say. Okay, so and then here's another one. Now a lot of stitchers I see, I think it's called Sleep Time by Stephanie Puimunla. Well, I have Enthrall with that poppy, the round one. Isn't that cool? I think that's, oh no, I have one more. And if I was to ever stitch this, darn it, where did it go? Oh, it's here. Take a look around. This is also by HAED, Chris Ortega. It's called I Have the Mini. I've seen the mini stitched up. Wasn't real thrilled with it. So if I was to ever stitch this, I will do the full size. Take a look around. Now, doesn't she look like she's in, oh, I don't even know that time. She looks like she's peeking through a hedge off to the distance, looking off into a paradise, looking to the future of what's in a paradise. That's my interpretation of this picture, but I really like that. But the mini I've seen, and her face is kind of blocky, so, and that's what primarily you look at is their face. So I would want to make sure that I have better version of this. So anyway, now that I went off at a tangent on all these different ways, I thought I was gonna be all methodical and have everything lined out, and I didn't. So sorry. All right, just a quick life update if you're interested, because it will be very quick. After the last video I shared with you guys, I got really sick, sicker than I had been. I had had bronchitis, I had had pneumonia, and I think it was 4 days after I visited with you guys, I ended up in the emergency room because I could not breathe. And that was really a scary situation. I was coughing and gasping for air, just could not get any kind of air whatsoever. And I was an idiot. I said, oh, I'm going to drive myself to the hospital. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Driving myself as I crash into somebody. But my husband was a few hours away, so he called one of my girlfriends, and she took me. And then a really good friend of mine took me and made sure. But with that said, it got me to see a pulmonologist a month sooner than what I was able to get in. I saw a homeopathic guy. He's not a doctor, but that was 2 days after my floss tube. And he's like, there's something really wrong with your lungs. Yeah, are you a smoker? You been around smoking? Nope, I'm not around anybody that smokes. It's like, there's something going on in there. So they gave me an inhaler at the hospital and a few more drugs, and I got to see the pulmonologist. And I have asthma, which I would have never thought. So I had to take all these tests, and that's really, really scary. The cough is still lingering. So I hope you have noticed that I haven't coughed as much through this, because I'm feeling so much better than I have in months. The only issue now is my husband has this. He's been sick for a week now, and he's actually at the doctor right now trying to, for the second time, to see what they can do to help him. So I didn't get a lot of stitching in for the month of March because I wasn't feeling well, and then we had some family situations happen where I just was emotionally drained by this situation, and couldn't stitch, where you just sit there and veg on the couch, watch TV, or scroll through social media. So I won't go through it, but just really hurt by the situation, and hopefully time will heal the broken hearts. So yeah, that's all I'll say to that. Just hope time heals, because yeah, what's done is done. But I have awesome friends who knew about this situation, and they called and texted and have been checking on me quite often. So, which you know, sometimes they say friends are closer than family. It's really true. So, all right. So that's all I had for today. Thank you for joining me. I want you all to stop enabling me. Y'all have to stop this, because here, contemporary cross stitch, Stitch Me Sane, Arianekring, and Kaylee Tin Stitch. Ladies, stop. I can't stitch anymore because I'm like Beth the Steadfast Stitcher. I think she's starting 60 projects this year. I might be doing that next year. Let's start a project a week. 54 projects a week in 2024. I can't do that. But y'all have been really fun. It's been fun shopping and just looking through your stuff. So just rambling now. So thanks all for your time. Hope you have a good day and stay safe, stay well, and happy stitching. Bye all.